The 2023 Bassmaster Elite Series is upon us, and we are here today to get you set for all the big moments and key patterns to watch for this season. From South Carolina to Texas, the middle section of our 2022 season promises to deliver record-breaking performances and career-making wins that will go down in Bassmaster history, including a return trip to a historic bass fishery that continues to churn out Bassmaster Century belts. This is the 2023 Bassmaster Elite Series Preview Show.
Hello and welcome. This is the Bassmaster Studio, sponsored by Marathon. I'm Tommy Sanders. This is Ronnie Moore, and we're sort of in the middle of a sneak peek session as we look ahead to what's in store in 2023 for the greatest anglers in the world, the anglers on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Last time around, Ronnie, we looked at the first third of the season, 2 events in Florida, Seminole and Okeechobee, and also really back in the lineup after many, many years, Lake Murray in South Carolina. And as we look at this middle, jam-packed part of season 2023, we're going to be again finding ourselves at a more familiar place for most of our fans in South Carolina.
This is kind of where we take a little bit of a mid-season break. We're going to have 3 events, and they're in about a 3-month stretch. So 1 event per month. Some anglers have some time off, but these 3 places are all vastly different. We're going to be at Santee Cooper, Lake, and Sabine River for the meat of our schedule, and that is a place in Texas and Louisiana, and then also Alabama, and then you'll have South Carolina on the docket. Places that we've caught 100 pounds, places it may take 65 pounds to win, places that are all on different kinds of river systems and bodies of water. Should be very interesting, but this is the crunch time. This is the important part of the schedule, Tommy, where we will see those who are in contention for AOI rise up in the leaderboards there. Those who are contention for the Classic will have to solidify it in the mid part of this season.
Yeah, Ronnie, and the middle of our schedule, events 4 through 6 at Santee Cooper, Lake, and the Sabine River, promises to deliver big bass and big drama before we head north to end the season.
And Tommy, yeah, after this midpoint of the year, events 4, 5, and 6, you're right, we will go up north to 3 very good bodies of water, Lake St. Clair in Michigan, and then we'll go over to New York for the last 2 stops of the season. We'll be at Lake Champlain and go just a little bit north to the St. Lawrence River and Lake Ontario. Those 3 events, those are ones that we've frequented quite a bit on the Bassmaster Elite Series. They have big bass, and really, if you get behind on day 1, it's hard to make it up. But like we said, today's show is about Santee Cooper Lakes, Lake, and the Sabine River, our 4th, 5th, and 6th stops of the year. Santee Cooper, we've been there 2 times over the last 3 or 4 years, 1 time in the fall, due to the COVID delays and everything in our season, and then 1 time in 2022 in the spring, and we saw it break 100 pounds. This is a place that's very diverse. You have Lake Marion, Lake Moultrie. Those 2 lakes make up Santee Cooper Lakes. You're going to have big bass in April. This is a great time of the year to be there. You're going to have fish on the bed, but you're going to have fish transitioning off of the bed and doing a lot of other patterns. The anglers are going to be able to spread out and really do a lot of different things without being on top of each other. We could see Santee Cooper fish much different this year. Then we're going to go to Lake. This is a place that, you know, the high school series for bass, college, also the Opens, has frequented over the last decade or so. But before that, Tommy, Lake was a Bassmaster Classic destination. It's been there 4 times, one of the most frequented classic locations that Bassmaster has been to. We've seen it. It's on the Coosa River. It's a different kind of body of water. If you're up near the north end of it, it acts like a river. It's going to act like a spotted bass river. If you get down south, it acts more like a regular lake. You're going to have grass, plenty of places to fish, but in May, these fish are going to be transitioning from wanting to be shallow to maybe going out deep. We're going to see topwater come into play, maybe some offshore stuff as well. Then we're going to have to change gears completely. You're going to use some similar baits that you used at Lake, Tommy, when we go down to the Sabine River. And like you mentioned, plenty of drama when it comes to this body of water. Long runs are possible. We see people make a run to Houston every year, and it almost pays off with a victory every season. But the 3, 4 times that we've been here before, it's been won in a different part of the Sabine River Basin. This whole area, it's very tough to travel. Navigation can be an issue. You have to find fish in areas that you have to yourself. And the thing about the Sabine River, you got to find water, and you got to keep it all to yourself.
The Sabine River down in East Texas, one of our favorite places to visit on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and we can't wait to get back there in 23. It's been different every time we've been there, but always some Elite Series pros really figure it out, and the big crowds always show up. There's still plenty more to preview from the middle section of our 2023 schedule. Stick with us after the break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the 2023 Bassmaster Elite Series preview show, where today we're getting you all set for the action upcoming on the middle third of our outstanding 2023 schedule. Stop number 4 for 2023, and we are headed back to the Santee Cooper Lakes in South Carolina, a place that is legendary for churning out big bass. Last year, we saw 2 anglers top the 100-pound mark at Santee Cooper and Ronnie Moore. Let's get set for 2023 by looking back at the 10 biggest catches from our visit last year.
Number 10.
It's hard to beat Santee Cooper Lakes, and it's hard to beat a good sight fishing event, and Josh Douglas had a fantastic one here in 2022.
Got it. Got it. Oh, no, get out of my trolling motor. Oh, my God, what is happening right now? Oh, there we go. Come here, come here, come here. Heck yeah. I've worked my butt off for you. You're not quite as big as I thought, but yeah.
Number 9.
In the 9 spot, Clifford Perch from Arizona. Hey, he may be from the West Coast, but anytime we're on a big bass factory like Santee Cooper or places in the South, Clifford Perch is one to watch, especially around the spawn.
Stay out of there. No, 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 not around all that. Come here. Come here, go. Yes, 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 inside the mouth. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh.
Number 8.
Tommy, at the number 8 spot, we go to Greg Hackney, and sometimes you have to be stealthy. Standing up on your front deck, 6-7 feet tall, a little too tall for those fish, and they can see you. You got to get stealthy to catch some of these spawners.
Oh, and there she is. Hackney 3.
Number 7.
Patch Lapper in number 7 spot here for our top 10 catches. He was on the big fish train in 2022. Had the big fish of the tournament multiple times. At Santee Cooper, he was one of them as well.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Oh, look at that. I told you that was the spot, baby. Oh, that's Bill. That's Bill himself. Yes.
Number 6.
One of our top performers from Santee Cooper actually finished 2nd place and broke 100 pounds. Caleb Kufal, what a fantastic week.
Dude, going 150 miles an hour.
Number 5.
The man of the hour for Santee Cooper Lakes, our eventual champion, Drew Cook, in the top 5 spot here. I'd expect to see another catch from him as well, but he put on a sight fishing clinic when we were in South Carolina in 2022.
Yes. That's not even the big one. Yes. Here, give me some frickin' love.
Number 4.
In the 4th spot for our top 10, our 2022 Progressive Angler of the Year, Brandon Polinick. Such a key adjustment at Santee Cooper Lakes to stay in the top 10.
Come here, in the mouth. I got her. I got her. Yeah. Gosh.
Number 3.
I knew we'd see Caleb Kufal once again, and a lot of anglers were sight fishing at Santee Cooper Lakes, but a spinnerbait and a jig were key for Caleb Kufal on those cypress trees.
Don't do that, buddy. Dude, he's strong. Woo! Yes. That's a good one.
Number 2.
This catch, it might be number 2. It's a big one. Drew Cook, though, it needs a little context. 30 minutes left in the tournament. He needs a big one to solidify 100 pounds and possibly win the event, and this 7-pounder comes in clutch for Drew Cook.
Yes! Oh my God. Oh God, what a stud. Oh.
Number 1.
And the best catch of the week, Luke Palmer, a 9+ pounder. Just imagine having 20-something pounds, 25 pounds, and upgrading with this fish to get over 30 pounds for the day. What a great week for Luke Palmer.
This is her. This is her. Gosh dang her so much. This is her. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yes! Woo! When I picked up on it, I was like, I think she blew it. She didn't blow it. She got it. Yes!
The Santee Cooper Lakes never fail to deliver the big bass when we visit on the Bassmaster Elite Series. We can't wait to get back there again in 2023. Still, plenty more to preview here today on the Bassmaster Elite Series preview show. Stick with us after the break as we move to Alabama for stop number 5 of our 2023 season. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the 2023 Bassmaster Elite Series preview show, where we are halfway through our preview of the upcoming season. We are now at stop number 5 on the slate, and it will be at historic Lay Lake down in Alabama, a place we haven't visited at the top level in a few years. But Ronnie Moore, the last time we went there, it was the big one, the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, Tommy, Lay Lake should be a fun event for those guys in the mid portion of our season. Another one, let's just say stop 4, Santee Cooper. I'm going to give a couple predictions. One of those guys being Corey Johnston. I think that he's a little bit of an underrated largemouth angler compared to some other anglers. He's from up north, but I expect him to maybe showcase his ability much better at Santee Cooper when we go there again. Then we go to Steve Kennedy. Steve Kennedy is just attracted to big bass. We see some of these shots from California back in the day and some of his wins on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Steve Kennedy is a big fish hunter, and that is something that makes him dangerous at Santee Cooper. He had a great fall event here in 2020, and the spring, though, is a toss-up. I expect him, though, to get back into form at this event. Clark Winlet, he's one of the sight fishing specialists. He's been in this game for a long time, but as an AOY champion just a few years ago, I believe Clark Winlet's going to have a good, strong start to his season, and event 4 at Santee Cooper is going to be a key one. Let's go and do a little bit of rookie flavor. Logan Latuso, new guy on the Bassmaster Elite Series. His father fished the Elite Series just a few years ago. Latuso qualified from the Centrals. He's from Louisiana. Santee Cooper is right up his alley. Big bass, April time period, you can wind a lot of baits. That's something to look for. Now let's go to Lay Lake, like you said, Tommy. 5th event of the season. Luke Palmer, hey, this fish is from Santee Cooper in 2022, but I think he's going to transition well in this mid-season, especially at Lay Lake. The way that Lay Lake fishes, Luke Palmer set up ideally for it. Jacob Porosnik, hey, a guy that is good at catching a lot of fish. He is one who, hey, he's won events before around the spawn, that April-May time period at Lay Lake. I think that if he can catch a lot of fish and get a kicker or 2 a day, he can be one that can make 4 days work at Lay Lake. There's a lot of anglers that are near the Coosa River, but I'm going to have to go with one that's probably a little more unknown. A rookie flavor here as well, David Gaston. There's about 4, 5, 6 anglers around the Lay Lake region that are going to be popular picks, but David Gaston's one. He may be lower percentage compared to them in fantasy fishing. You'll want to keep an eye on him. Caleb Summerall, he is a South Louisiana river fisherman. That's his style, but I'm not picking him for the Sabine River. I'm picking him for Lay Lake because of the time of the year with the water willow grass and everything included there. Now when we get to the Sabine, you're going to have some mentally tough anglers. Gerald Swindle being one of those guys. He's been to the Sabine multiple times. He's one who makes a lot out of a little. So if he finds a few bass, he can stretch them out for 4 days. Another guy who does that very well, survives day to day, is Jake Whitaker. He was our Rookie of the Year for 2018 season, multiple top 5s, and when it gets tough, Whitaker shines. Stylistically, I think Kyle Welcher's got to be one you think about at the Sabine River, South Texas, the Louisiana, those rivers. You're going to have a lot of baits in play, especially in June. You could catch them on top water. You could catch them flipping, catch them winding a crankbait or a spinnerbait, chatterbait maybe even. Kyle Welcher's going to be one that I think is going to have a good season after a struggle in 2022. He almost won the big one, but I think he's going to get back on track. Consistency when it comes to 2023. Champion in 2022, John Cruz. I always ask him every year, what's your favorite or least favorite event this season? He says, I love them all and I hate them all. I've got to just stay objective on all of them. I think Cruz's mindset's going to be good for the Sabine River. Tommy, those are my picks for the 3 mid-season events.
The Sabine River is always one of our favorite places to visit on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and the big crowds and great fishing are sure to show up again in 2023. Just another one of the great fisheries we get to watch the best anglers in the world take on this year. We're not done yet, though. After the break, we'll take a look at the key patterns that dominated in 2021 at the Sabine. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the 2023 Bassmaster Elite Series preview show, where we are breaking down all the lakes and anglers to watch in 2023 as we make our way through our outstanding schedule. Right now, we're wrapping up the middle third of our schedule with stop number 6 at the Sabine River down in Texas. Ronnie Moore, the last time we visited in 2021, we saw anglers doing several different things to land the big ones.
You can fish as close as you want to takeoff. You can go as far as you want away as long as gas allows you to do so. We saw that play out. But yes, Tommy, this is a giant playing field. You can go all the way to Houston. You can go up north. And as we take a look at our map, you can see a couple of our anglers did make those long runs. And that kind of set the tone for the week on how they would go. And Brock Mosley really kicked it off on day 1.
Yeah, Brock Mosley running all the way basically to the Houston metro area, the League City area, fishing a couple of dead-end canals off of Clear Creek.
And we've seen this in past years here at this event, but it's never held up for 4 days of competition. You either have a fog delay, you have bad weather, wind prohibits you from going there, or sometimes your fish run out. But Brock Mosley set the tone 15-10 on day 1, and he really had this area to himself. Only 1 or 2 anglers each day made the trip over there, but he was able to get there first. He was able to stay there the longest and then make it back in time for weigh-in.
Yeah, and he was the only angler who had any success to speak of those who made the trip, and they weren't many.
Oh God, that's a big one. Yeah! Woo! Thank you, Lord.
Day 2 action from Brock Mosley after making a 2-hour-plus trip from Orange, Texas, all the way over here to Metro Houston. And by boat, let's talk about going somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 miles to the other end of this fishery. That would be the Sabine River. On the border there, a place called Big Cow Creek. Now, remember, this is big. We're going to get cow mentioned twice today, but it is Texas, Ronnie.
Yes, it is. And Jason Christie making the far run north. He had some other adversity to battle, though, because of gas, because of how remote that area is. I'm not going to say it's out of civilization, but there isn't much civilization up there, so not many gas stops. Brock Mosley had his gas stop on the way back from Houston. Christie did not. So not only did he have to go catch fish, deal with the changing conditions, he also had to conserve gas and make sure he had enough to make it all the way back and didn't run out, and have his days be for naught.
Yes. Another fatty.
So Jason Christie, we followed him in there on day number 2, and his catch rate compared to the rest of the field was phenomenal. He outpaced him by half anyway.
It was incredible how many bites he was getting, and we were wondering, when is this area going to run out? Does he have extra area? Because he didn't have a lot of gas to run around when he was up there. He only had enough to get there and get back. As we make it back down the road towards Orange, Texas, we really started to see orange factor on day 3 and day 4, the weekend turn of this event. Seth Feider, Taku Ito highlighting those guys around orange.
Yeah, absolutely. Seth Feider, who after his performance here, end of day number 2, said, why would I go anywhere else?
Come here. Oh, just barely. Yes. Come on the trailer hook. Just barely got him. Let's go. Big one.
Kind of a rare thing, Seth Feider. Ito as well, both anglers whose production actually increased from their day 1 starts.
Yeah, normally you see 12-pound bags are pretty common on fisheries, but not at the Sabine River. That was a very difficult mark to hit, but Taku Ito on the final day and on day 3 had the biggest bass and the biggest bag of that day, and he made that charge in Orange, Texas. But you're kind of limited. You don't have that opportunity maybe for a 15-pound bag around Orange, but solid 11, 12-pound bags like we saw from Feider, Johnston a little bit, and from Taku Ito, they were prevalent around Orange.
Taku Ito certainly made his name. Last year's rookie season out here, at the end of the season, the Northern Swing, he went back to back to back top 10s there, proving he can catch them out deep. Here he proves he can catch them up shallow.
He said, hey, I don't like fishing shallow, but I am used to fishing tough fishing in Japan. He said that he used that to his advantage this week and was able to capitalize during the toughest points of the day.
Okay, biggie. Oh, big, oh, big, oh, big, oh, big, oh, big. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my, wow! What is that? What's that? Catfish? Leadfish? No!
Like Ito, Chris Johnston, the Canadian, first Canadian to ever win a Bassmaster Elite Series event, was one of those rare anglers whose production went up after his day one.
Day 3 and day 4. Day 4 a little bit tougher, but he really made that charge on day 3. And Johnston fishing a lot of oxbows off Cow Bayou. That was a place that, you know, Taylor's has factored a lot in the past here at the Sabine River, but it seemed like the concentration of anglers that would go to Taylor's, they transferred over and went to Cow Bayou a lot this year.
Just love to know what we've been missing.
Yeah, he missed those big ones. He missed having them in the boat on the final day, only 7 pounds and 12 ounces for Chris Johnston. Winds up in 4th place, great tournament nonetheless, but Drew Cook, our Rookie of the Year from 2019, having a great one here, a great season and a great day here at Sabine.
Roughly half of our top 10 on the final day of competition fished in the Neches River at one point or another, and Drew Cook made the biggest charge. 10th place, barely sneaking into the final day cut, moving all the way up to the top 5 with the second biggest bag of the day. A great performance for the Rookie of the Year from past years.
Huge crowds, tight competition, always the story at the Sabine River down in Texas. We can't wait to get back there in 2023. Will the Sabine River reclaim the title for biggest attendance in Elite Series history? That'll be a great end to our middle third of the 2023 Elite Series season, and we'll be ready for our northern swing to smallmouth country after that. Thank you all for joining us today on the 2023 Bassmaster Elite Series preview show. Join us next time as we continue our look ahead to what promises to be an outstanding season. We'll see you next time.